In the dark corners of ancient myth, where nightmares are stitched into the fabric of legend, there exists a name whispered with fear, Lamia. Neither mortal nor goddess, neither demon nor monster, and yet she is all of these. Once a queen, once a lover of a god, and ultimately a creature cursed to wander eternity, devouring children and lurking in shadows. But who or what was Lamia? And why has her story echoed across time? Tonight we venture into the murky depths of ancient Greece to uncover the twisted origins of the woman-turned-monster, Lamia. Welcome to The Hidden Scrolls, where we focus on history, folklore, and mythology. Our story begins in the sun-drenched land of Libya. Yes, Libya, for not all Greek myths took place in Greece. There, it is said, ruled a beautiful and wise queen. Her name was Lamia. Some tales say she was the daughter of Poseidon, god of the sea, while others simply name her a mortal queen, whose beauty rivaled even that of the goddesses. Her charm was such that it captured the eye and the heart of Zeus, king of the gods. But anyone who knows the myths knows, when Zeus falls in love, tragedy is never far behind. Zeus and Lamia began a passionate affair, secret and forbidden. From their union, Lamia bore him children. Some say many, others say only a few. But what is consistent in all versions is what came next. Hera, Zeus's wife and queen of Olympus, was not known for mercy. Time and time again, she had taken revenge on Zeus's lovers and their children, and Lamia would be no exception. In a fit of divine fury, Hera struck Lamia with a cruel curse. She stole away her children. Some say she slaughtered them, others that she forced Lamia to do it with her own hands. And in some versions, she condemned Lamia never to find rest, never to close her eyes, so that her grief would never end. Driven mad by sorrow, Lamia screamed to the heavens. She begged for death, but death would not come. In her torment, Lamia transformed, both in soul and in flesh. No longer the radiant queen she once was, Lamia became something monstrous. Her once beautiful features twisted into a demonic visage. Some say her lower body turned into that of a serpent. Others say she could change her shape at will. She became a child-eating demon, cursed to roam the earth, hunting the young, perhaps in vengeance for the loss of her own. To the ancient Greeks, Lamia became a bogeyman of the night. Mothers warn their children, misbehave, and Lamia will come. She'll slip through your window, silent as mist, and devour you whole. In some versions, Lamia would drain the blood of her victims. In others, she would lure handsome young men, using her beauty to seduce them, before revealing her monstrous form and consuming them. Over time, Lamia's curse grew more elaborate. Hera had made it so she could never close her eyes, and so Zeus, in pity, gave her the ability to remove them. Lamia would carry her eyes in her hands, a blind predator of the night, weeping eternally. But was Lamia truly a monster, or was she a symbol, a reflection of fears that haunted ancient societies? To the Greeks, Lamia embodied multiple terrors: the fear of infanticide in an era with high child mortality, the demonization of female sexuality, particularly powerful or independent women, and the ever-present tension between mortal and divine, between love and punishment. She wasn't the only creature of her kind. In fact, she gave rise to an entire class of beings known as Lamiae, seductive, man-eating monsters, cousins of the succubus or vampire in later folklore. The philosopher Diodorus Siculus wrote that Lamia was originally just a queen driven mad by tragedy, that she began to steal children out of envy. Later poets, like Philostratus, claim Lamia could appear as a beautiful woman, entrapping men with illusion. Her myth was fluid, changing shape just as she herself did. As the centuries pass, Lamia's name lingered, whispered in folk tales, feared in bedtime stories, and reimagined in art and literature. During the Roman era, Lamia was mentioned in magical texts as a night demon. Amulets were made to ward her off. Mothers hung charms above their children's cradles, praying Lamia would pass them by. In the Middle Ages, Lamia merged with other folkloric figures, witches, vampires, succubi. Her legend stretched across Europe and the Mediterranean, appearing in the texts of Arab, Jewish, and Christian mystics. Even in the 19th century, she inspired the English poet John Keats, who wrote, "She was a Gordian shape of dazzling hue, vermilion spotted, golden, green, and blue." In Keats's Lamia, she is a tragic figure, longing for love, yet doomed by her own nature, a creature who wanted to be human, but could not escape the curse placed upon her. Today, Lamia lives on. You'll find her in horror films, video games, and fantasy novels. She appears in The Witcher, in Dungeons and Dragons, even in Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth, which echoes her child-devouring nature. She is a fixture in the monstrous feminine, a being both feared and pitied. But more than a monster, Lamia is a reflection of grief that turns to rage, of beauty twisted by sorrow, of a mother punished not for evil, but for love. So the next time you hear a sound in the dead of night, a soft rustle beneath your bed, the faint creak of floorboards when no one should be there, the quiet breath you swear isn't yours, pause, listen, because not all monsters announce their presence with a roar. Some move like sorrow, silent, cold, and slow. Some wear the face of a woman, beautiful and broken, searching not for vengeance, but for what was stolen from her. Remember Lamia, not just the legend that terrified children, not just the serpent's coil or the blood-stained hands, but the woman before the curse, a queen once draped in light, a mother who loved, a lover who trusted. And ask yourself, what happens when love is punished, when grief is weaponized, when the divine turns wrathful and the victim is made the villain? Lamia did not choose her fate. She did not hunger for blood, not at first. She was made into a monster, not by desire, but by a curse woven in jealousy, in cruelty, in divine indifference. In myth, we like to draw lines, good and evil, hero and villain. But the lines are rarely so clean. Sometimes evil isn't born. Sometimes it's shaped by loss, by pain, by gods who never had to bear the consequences of their own desire. So when the shadows stretch a little too long, when the night feels just a little too quiet, remember the tale of Lamia. She was never just a monster. She was what grief can become. When there is no end to the suffering, when the gods forget you, when the world stops weeping for you, she became a monster, but only because the gods made her into one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more forgotten myths and legends. Which ancient monster should we uncover next? Comment below.